This video is sponsored by Camel City Mill.
The house and siding soap from Lowe's. You know, honestly, this was kind of a fun video to make. In my own defense, well, I have no defense. I've made some screw-ups. I would say, I guess we've made 110 videos or so over the last year and a half, and you know, stuff happens. It just does. Matter of fact, I've heard from a lot of you that have said one of the things you love about our channel is that I show everything. I don't sanitize the videos. I show all the screw-ups, all the mess-ups. Yeah, and some of them have gotten kind of expensive. But you know what? It is what it is. I mean, I guess you can lay on the couch all day and then you're never going to screw up. But, you know, I don't choose to do that. I choose to be here with you guys doing stuff. So, yeah, at my expense, enjoy.
I debated on whether or not to tell you guys about this and show you this because boy do I look like an idiot. I can't believe I did this. Take a look at this. This is the rail for the garage door opener. So putting the soil pulverizer up there, I'm really tight here in my own defense. But I have to angle it way up to be able to make the turn. I'd never put it up there before. I wasn't watching, and yeah, I caught it. I didn't even know I caught it. I mean, the thing with a tractor, you know, there's no misses, okay? There's no, oh, I hit it, but everything's okay. You hit something with the tractor, you've destroyed it. Yeah, so. Because I'm going to talk you guys up. Somebody wants to reach R&R. What's the phone number over there? 751-OPEN, O-P-E-N. You could not be more impressed.
Hey, you know, one thing I absolutely love about being a YouTube creator is the interaction with you. I'm going to give you an email address right at the bottom here. I'd like a picture or a video of your tractor. We're all proud of our tractors, right? I just think it'd be really cool for us to exchange that information, especially if it's a video. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, how long you've had it, how many hours, anything that you want to tell me, where you're from, and your first name. Let's do that. I will share those on the channel as we go forward. And we can even expand it if you guys like that sort of thing. We can show off our garages and pole barns. We can show off our attachments and that. And I just think it's in keeping with a community forum that we have here. So show me your tractor. So here's this week's featured tractor, and this is from another YouTube creator called Kepi Paul. And really interesting channel. He lives in Montana, and this is his Bobcat CT 5555, which has a turbocharged engine. It's hydrostatic, and he has a deluxe cab, and this is an absolutely beautiful machine. Check out his YouTube channel, Kepi Paul. Hey Paul, thanks for sharing with us. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was your comic relief for today.
So I saw these Camel City Mill socks advertised on or Outdoors with the Morgans. And Mike Morgan was so sold on them that I thought I gotta order some, because I'm really hard on clothes. I really am. And it seems lately I've been putting on a lot of socks with holes in the heels. So I wanted to order these. But shortly thereafter, I got contacted by Will, who's the CEO of Camel City Mill, and he asked if we wanted to feature his product on our channel. And I was already sold at that point. Plus the fact he's offering our viewers a discount. So yeah, I'm all in. 10-year guarantee, not a warranty, a 10-year guarantee. What they do is they use something called a double-plated nylon fortification so that you're not wearing through the heels. 10-year guarantee. If you go on their website, camelcitymill.com, you're going to see they've got over 800 5-star reviews. So I'm not the only one that's sold on this product. Use Tractors 10 and you'll get a discount on these. I'm telling you, you will not be sorry.
This one here, this was expensive. I was tilling for a customer, and what actually happened is the top pin on the tiller worked itself out. Even with that safety kind of hitch pin that you put on the tiller. It's not going to happen again because now I have a nut and bolt on it, but what happened was it let loose. I didn't know it, and you'll see that I backed up, not knowing that the tiller had come loose, and I destroyed the PTO. And here you could see my getting out of the tractor, and I was not real happy. I couldn't believe that this happened, but it did. I don't know what happened, but I do know it looks like I've bent my PTO. And here you could see the PTO turned into a pretzel. So yeah, I had to replace the PTO. The tiller hooked up. This is a much larger tiller than I had on the 1025R. I've got a larger tractor, I've got a larger tiller, and I've also got 3-inch wheel spacers. So the rear wheels stick out quite a bit beyond the tractor. So what I'm doing is making a bunch of excuses for what you're about to see, and it's nothing but carelessness, it's nothing but being too much in a hurry, and you know, when you do this kind of thing, well, it ain't pretty. And here we go. Yeah. Isn't that nice? Good Lord. What a mess. This is your mid-mount, and all I'm doing is getting a good deal of grease on my fingers, spreading it around liberally, and I'm going to cap it just like the PTO, the rear PTO. Which doesn't work. Yeah, so this one, this was kind of the king of the mess ups. You could take a look here and you could see my buddy Biff, who's moving a big slab of concrete. That's what I was doing. We had this shed in the backyard, and when the barn got constructed, I didn't tear the shed down before the construction of the barn because I had a lot of things in there and I wanted to transfer everything into the barn. So the slab, it was on a 4-inch slab, was very close to the back pad, the newly poured back pad on the new barn. And so I took the 2038R out there with my forks and, you know, was lifting up the slab, letting it drop and, you know, break up. And there was a very large piece. I got it just too far above center. Instead of my dropping it where I wanted to, it came down on the brand new approach to the rear door of the barn and cracked it. Yeah, so a few days later, the original crew came out. They were great. They originally were gonna try to salvage half of the pad because we thought the crack was only in half of the pad. Turned out that it kind of spidered through the whole thing, so they had to tear out the whole pad. That was expensive. You know, when you get a concrete truck, there are minimums. And yeah, I paid the minimums maximum. And that was a pretty good screw up. So you saw earlier they were cutting out half of the concrete approach. We thought that we were going to be able to salvage the other half, but upon further examination, no. We found hairline cracks going through a considerable portion. So the plan is we're going to re-pour the whole approach. This just keeps getting better.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up? Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
So this one, yeah, that's a pretty good one too. I was doing the finish grading, and which involved bringing in stone around the barn. And you know, honestly, I didn't even know that I hit the barn. Didn't even know it. And, you could see in this section of the video, as I'm putting stone down, look at the corner, it's fine. And then a little later on in the video, you saw where there's a mysterious hole right to the left of where Brian's working. That's there to this day. The original contractor is going to come out and make that repair for me. But yeah, I did not even know that I clipped it. And you know, honestly, when I put this out there in a video, a lot of you guys maybe feel pretty good. And telling me all the damage that you guys have done. And I guess if you're on a tractor, just stuff's gonna happen. My cousin Mark, when I told him about it, he said, Kevin, you want me to take you around to my barn and show you all the times I've hit it? You know, with me, it's very simple. I go too fast. I get too much in a hurry. I get too careless. And I am learning, I really feel like I am learning as time goes on to just slow down. And I think that's going to eliminate a lot of the screw ups. Take this magnetic mount, and I had my GoPro mounted up at the top of the bucket, you know, where you'd put your bolt on hooks. And I've done it many times, and it gets some great shots. But if you watched our last video, here's a little clip of it. I was banking the snow. And I knew before I started banking the snow, which is pushing the big snow pile back, that I should probably move the camera. And you see, as I got out of the cab of the tractor to move the camera, it was gone. And it was in a snow pile probably twice the size of my truck and as tall as I am, had no idea where it was. The good news is we found it. The critical thing was that I had my wireless audio system hooked up to the camera as well. It was probably about a $750 loss. We did end up finding it. So I want to show you this. This is not necessarily a blooper, but this is our garden. And I built it, I think it was in 2019, so it's been up for about 6 years. I put it in 2.5 inches of concrete. And I thought, it's just a garden. I thought that would be sufficient. It has not been. It was okay for the first number of years, but our frost line here is not, for instance, in the Midwest, like southern Indiana and what have you, I think it's like 21 inches. We're at 42 inches for our frost line. But it was pretty much okay. I mean, I would have a little bit of disruption, but I either was able to fix it or just live with it. This past winter, was like an old-fashioned winter. It was very cold, and we had snow and a snow pack that stayed on the ground for over 2 months with no thaw. That's a nasty day out here. I want to give you a close look at the garden. You can see what happens here is the wind actually just tears up this fencing, but again, it's a very tight weave, and I think my mistake was that not realizing it's just going to be a big snow fence. So you can really appreciate how messed up things are. Take a look down here. It's pushed this out. This is the worst side, and you can see what's happened. Again, out here, there's about 60 acres. The wind comes out of the west, and it pushes on this wall because snow builds up here, and it just pushes it. And you could take, I don't know how many degrees that is, but you know, that's pretty substantial. So I've got an idea how we can fix this without tearing the whole thing up. And we're gonna be starting on that soon. I mean, we'll be planting in about 45 days or so. We're gonna go to a metal fence with a little bit bigger openings that hopefully won't provide the wind resistance. So we'll see what happens with this. I think it should be an interesting video coming up, and yeah, you'll see that later on. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a little chuckle. I'm probably gonna take a beating in the comments, you know, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I had nobody to blame but myself. When I make mistakes, and I'm going to make more, I promise you that. So who knows, maybe in a few months there'll be a follow-up blooper video. But once again, hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy being with you guys, and God bless you all. We'll see you next time on Tractors in Life.